Welcome to the show.
Yeah, let's do it again. Welcome to Knowing Who You Are Sunday live stream. I had given this lady the charge.
I had one task, and that is to press 2 buttons at the same time. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Thank you, Shifat. So welcome to Knowing Who You Are. Welcome to Knowing Who You Are Sunday live stream. So we have talked about a lot of things, but I'm very happy that during the time we only had a few viewers. Now we have quite a few viewers now who are joining.
Yeah.
So Saira and Shifat, welcome to the show again. And thank you, Shifat. So we are talking about the things that we have achieved so far through the show, especially people who are supporting the show and also people who are getting inspired by the show. Especially I have to mention both you, Shifat, and Saira as well, because we had seen how Esther's journal sharing helped Jannah, Saira's daughter, and she had started writing. And I was talking about how journaling helps me and helps her. So everything I have to repeat myself now. Because I said...
But that's okay, because Shifat and Saira are here now, so
Yeah.
it's worth repeating.
Yeah. So you didn't miss out anything, trust me, apart from the guitar music. So the journal, it helps me, especially for everyone. It makes your thoughts lucid. It makes you get your thoughts clearer. Anytime I feel like I cannot find what's bothering me, anything that's making me feel a bit stressed, I write it down and I try to find the source. That's how it helps me. So I have my own style of journaling, how I do it. I literally don't write about what happened. Like I would write the outline of the situation. So what the whole day, or what was the highlight of the day, what it made me feel like, and how I got out of that, or what I learned from it, and how I would like to make use of that. And now, what's the takeaway? So that's how I use my journal.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I use mine mostly to write things that I would like to happen, or decisions that I've made for the future. They're rather than they'll capture a highlight of the day, like something positive, but it will mostly talk about, this is what I set out to do, this is what I envision, or this is what I would like to remember. You know, even if I see like a nice set of lyrics or a poetry or something, I'll copy it just so I have it in my journal. And sometimes I'll just do it because I love writing with fountain pens, and I love, the practice of writing itself. So yeah. But you're very prolific. Like everything you write, even if it's just a note to me to say you've gone out shopping, it's almost like poetry. So
thank you. No, I try. I mean, this is writing and reading, especially. That's what I was mentioning when we were muted.
Sorry.
It was my fault as well, because I should have checked, because I can see that if my voice is not working, so I take the blame too. So anyway, the notebooks, anywhere I go, be it Paper Chase, W.H. Smith or Waterstones, anywhere I see lovely notebooks, I feel like, because the idea of writing, I just want to write. I don't know. Sometimes even if it's gibberish, I used to do it, and sometimes I just write the same word over and over and over again. It's silly.
I've done that too.
So it's that's the interesting thing. So what I was mentioning, apart from journaling, there's another thing we all remember probably 2 episodes back. It was Shumon Das Shanto who was sharing with us his struggle to get physically active, and he wanted to work out, but he doesn't have the time. So I was trying to explain, and we both were trying to explain that we have 24 hours, and even if you work for 12 hours, then you have 12 more hours left. You sleep for 8 hours, 4 more hours left, so you can get out 20 minutes out of that 4 hours and just do something. And we asked him to get out of his bed early in the morning.
Well, he originated, that's what he wanted to do. Like, we asked him, what are you going to do for yourself? Like, what would you like to do? And then he said, well, I would really like to get up early and do that. And so we said, like, come on, let's do it. Was it you suggested
because
it?
He said his shift is always around 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or something.
Oh, that's right.
When I said, how about getting up early in the morning
and
take a picture of the sunrise, get out of your duvet and get back. Just 5 minutes, take a walk.
That's right.
But what he did, he sent us a picture.
I know, it was
last
great.
Week. Yeah. And also he went out for swimming with his son.
Yeah.
So for people who are watching, also, I think this is a good time for everyone to see the studio number. So you can give us a call if you like. Let me see where we have the studio phone number. Yeah. Okay, so you can call us if you like. That's the number. You can call directly if you're in England. That's the number. You have to dial 07308192908, and if you're using WhatsApp, that's 0044730819298. So we can. What?
No, it's right. You're going really fast.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
it's just, with numbers. It's
no, you're fast. You're good.
So Shifat, that's Shifat's message. And Simon is there from Dhaka.
Hi, Simon.
Hello.
Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. We had spoken to Simon as well.
Yeah.
It was related to the situation that how he dealt with the pressures of COVID and what caused him the stress that
being away from his family.
Being away from your family.
Yeah.
And how at some point he learned just to acclimatize himself and got used to it that, okay, I'm okay without calling my parents or my family members on and off.
Oh, he wants to call again.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it on.
Bring it on.
Go ahead, Simon.
Yeah. Simon, I don't know. Because it's Symun. He can correct us.
Yes.
Whether
Tell
we
us
should call him
exactly.
Simon. I don't think it's Simon, right?
Simon?
Mun. Why would you put Mun if it's true. Simon?
Yeah, well, he's calling us an English show, so we're calling him Simon until we're corrected.
Yeah. And we'll start talking to him. And Simon is from Bangladesh, from Dhaka. And let's see what's the new update, and we can ask him the question. Because today, my topic, I was thinking, because there are a lot of times and things, two things: expectations from other people, what we are expecting, how it brings us down. It weighs very heavily on us, especially when we think that we want that person to act in a certain way. They don't do that, and then we deprive ourselves from living in the present. So that's what happens most of the time, because you're off our expectations, and this builds up the hope, then the bubble is burst. That's one thing. And also how we always keep on talking about each other rather than talking to each other. Say for example, Esther and I'm thinking, okay, probably Esther had done this because she thought this in her mind. This is my thinking. Well, probably she doesn't even think like that, but I'm thinking, say for example. So I'm talking about the things in my mind about her rather than talking to her, having the communication with her. Okay, what's going on? What's bothering you? Why are you acting like that? Say if she's sad or upset, and I might be thinking, oh, because I did that, that's why she's upset with me. She's not probably upset with me. She's not feeling well. So it's about, let's stop talking about each other. Let's start talking to each other. So that's what we want to talk about, and also about our expectations and how it really creates a problem for us, and we can share our stories as well and what we have learned from there. So Simon, you can call us on WhatsApp, and Esther is taking over.
No, I was just going to say, because one thing that we always agreed on and always sort of from the beginning was if for us as a couple, if there is a problem, we will never take it to someone else. As in, if I have something that I don't like, or a thing which, you know, rarely happens, and it's normally because I didn't quite get something, I would never go to another saying, you know what, Ershad, blah, blah, blah. We made an agreement from the very beginning. If there's ever anything wrong, we always talk to each other. Yeah. You know, because and I think that's for friendships, that's for couples, that's for siblings, that's for anything, really.
Anyone. It's a communication.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And it takes a little bit more guts sometimes to confront the person and go like, hey, you know what, blah. But
everything is practice.
Yeah, it is.
So if you learn to do that, and if you're on the same page with the other person, and it's know that the other person knows that if there's any problem, rather than expecting or just imagining situation, that, okay, probably this is the reason, which is not right at all. And most of the time it's not. Yeah. And we suffer more in our imagination than in reality most of the time.
I know.
And once you get to talk to that person, you know, oh, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's very important, and that's a good thing that we decided. Two things we decided, especially, that when there is a problem, we won't talk to others about our problems.
Yeah.
Whoever that is. Be our parents, brothers, sisters, relatives, whoever that is. First of all, we'll talk to each other because we are the nearest of each other.
Yeah.
We spend most of the time together, and we are living in the same house under the same roof. So we should know each other the best way possible, rather than going outside who don't live with us, who don't get to see us on a daily basis.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean that we don't talk to them. Like if something has happened, I will absolutely tell my mom or my dad, oh, by the way, we had this thing, but not until after we've solved it, because if you can't solve it within yourselves, well, then there is absolutely no point trying to solve it elsewhere.
And also, another thing was that about communication.
Yeah.
That if there's any problem, anything's bothering, anything you're not sure about,
at all,
rather than have the suspicion and thinking, imagining things in your head, it's better to talk.
Yeah.
That, okay, I have an attention on this particular thing, and can you explain it to me? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
or even clarifying it. Like if I say something blah, 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 and I think you didn't fully get it, so I just want to make sure you got what I said. I meant blah. I mean, that's how we've kept it. And it might seem like a lot of communication, but it really isn't in the long run.
No, I mean...
Because it's nice.
Because
it doesn't leave anything
unresolved. If you prolong the whole situation, then your sleeping cycle, your circadian rhythm and everything is messed up. Like you can't sleep at night.
Neuroplasticity goes.
Neuroplasticity. Well,
sorry,
unfortunately,
that
neuroplasticity has nothing to do with this one.
I just love that word.
On this occasion, sorry. I love that word, but it didn't work this time. Okay, someone's trying to be wise. Well, she's wise anyway.
I'm not trying. I'm actually making fun of it. I'm making fun of your technical terminology that you use.
Okay, I should throw in a lot of interesting terms for you today. Babu Bablu, communication is the key.
Yes, it is.
On that note, Babu Bablu, please communicate. The number is on the screen. You can give us a call. So we can establish the communication channel.
Yes.
I don't want to use anything else. So you were just getting scared. Okay, where is it going? So yeah, Babu Bablu, please give us a call if you like.
Yeah, let's see who calls in first.
He is very valuable because he used to call my radio show very regularly.
Oh, wow.
And always on the topic, he would have some input. And today I started saying that we would talk about that, how often we talk more about each other rather than talking to each other. So there's a difference between that. So when we talk about each other, we are criticizing people. It's a negative practice. And every time we find fault with others, and we are thinking, probably they did this because of that. But again, do the communication, talk to each other, problem is solved.
Yeah.
Opu Islam, love to listen to your podcast. You both. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Opu. Oh, someone's calling. Oh, Shifat, she beat this.
Shifat is there.
She is. Hi, Shifat.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Woohoo.
Thank you, Hubby. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you.
You're doing great,
Thank
Shifat.
you for being our technical support today.
I thought it was my head. And then I thought, no, it can't be right. There's something going on here.
Please don't. Next time you see something, because it can happen that you listen to the guitar music, but you can't hear us. So yeah, thank you.
Honestly, I closed it twice. I closed Facebook down twice. I thought, what's going on? And then it kept happening. So I thought, nah, it's definitely something technical.
Yeah, don't put too much trust in us, thinking that we can always get things right. So yeah.
Because all I saw was Ershad Bhai's my mouth just moving and moving and moving, and just like all I could hear was music.
He wasn't chewing gum. He wasn't chewing gum.
I should have done a screen recording, really.
It's immortalized on Facebook. It will be there.
On YouTube as well. So it would start like that. People would see, okay, what are they doing?
Oh,
so,
God.
Shifat, what's new? What's happening?
Oh, so this week we've all been a bit under the weather here. With this, cough and cold. It's just not going.
Oh, no.
And my son had something to say.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
About his ongoing journal.
Oh, we'd love to hear that.
Hey.
No, I'm not sorry.
Okay, shall I read out a scripture from his
If he doesn't mind, that would be great.
If he doesn't mind, if we have his permission.
Yeah, my son, he's learning some new words, so he's been using them in his journal.
Oh, wow. I used to do that too.
So this is this week. So it goes. So this week I was running incessantly in football, but I was despondently thinking about my sister who's been in hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, my little one, she wasn't well at all, guys.
That's very sweet. And how?
Yeah.
What's the idea behind using the words? That's a very good practice, because you learn something. If you don't put it in practice, then definitely you won't remember that.
Yeah.
So who asked him to do that? This is really.
Is it your teacher who's been telling you to use?
Yeah, basically, because I'm in year 4 now, at the start of year 4, we learned 4 basically big words, I guess.
Big words.
Oh, very good.
2 of them were incessantly, despondently, trepidation, and
Trepidation, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
another one, trepidation and exasperated.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay,
Those
so
were the 4
questions
new
for you.
words that all of us learned.
So you have to use it in daily language, can't
Yeah.
you?
Wow.
Did you hear that, Priya?
yeah.
That's
So-
amazing.
Incessantly, despondently, trepidation. Which
And
one of this
exasperated.
means fear?
Which of those means fear, you know?
Trepidation.
Yeah. Good.
I didn't know this, guys.
Great.
A-level in English Lit. I didn't know these words.
That's amazing.
It's beautiful. And also, let's try again. Which one of these means repeatedly and unstoppable?
Instantly.
Yeah.
Great.
Wow, well done. I'm such a proud mummy, right?
We have one more left.
One more.
And this means you explain to everyone despondently,
What is
Despondently means like sad or glum.
sad or
Yeah,
glum.
it's very good.
Like feeling a bit
yeah.
upset or
Very
disappointed.
good.
Great.
Oh, well done, Inam. Well done.
Three words. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing. I think
it was
we should
4
invite
It
him.
was 4. It was 4.
Four.
Yeah.
Exasperated.
Oh, exasperated.
Exasperated.
Wow.
He was getting
I'm guessing that means
exasperated.
tired. He's been tired.
And we are gobsmacked.
Angry. Oh, God. Apparently it means angry. I thought it meant tired. No, that's exhausted.
That's
I'm getting
Exhausted, yeah.
whoopsie.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
We should do facial expressions for all of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trepidations.
yeah. Make a meme.
Okay, you do that. Trepidation.
Trepidation is like nervous or.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, take a
Yeah.
selfie and post it on the comment probably. We'll have a
Oh,
look.
yeah.
How Imam does
Imam.
that.
You do nervous.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You're-
Okay, good.
Okay. Oh,
Did you
lovely.
hear that? But yeah, he said, you do nervous because you're always nervous.
Oh,
Ah,
don't be
baby,
despondent.
you
It's
know me
okay.
and we'll keep on laughing incessantly.
Yes, and we won't we will not get
That's
exasperated
amazing.
at all.
This is too cool.
Yeah, I think we should invite Imam on our Ian in Harmony Live, which we
Oh,
are
yeah.
planning. That's the
Yeah.
English.
He'll be great.
Yeah, I
And
think.
plus, Bhaiya, he's learning guitar.
Oh,
so
wow.
you two will get along very well.
Nice, nice,
yes.
nice.
It's happened like 3 years. I think.
It's been 2 years now. We had a little bit of a break in the lockdown.
Okay.
Wow,
He
okay.
couldn't come. Recently, he learned how to play Coldplay's Yellow.
Really nice.
Yeah.
He should start singing too.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
doing my.
if he
I'm
ever
doing
wants
my-
to if he ever wants to share his skills, whether it's literature or singing or music, then he can send in a video and we'll make it part of the show.
I'll do. Yeah, Bobby, that's a good idea. I'll do that actually this week. I'll
Okay,
send you
cool.
something.
Yeah, it'd be
And
lovely.
how's your baby girl now? She's okay?
Oh, she's on antibiotics now, Bobby, so
Okay.
kind of on the mend.
Okay,
so
good.
Hopefully. It's been a really bad couple of weeks with her.
Okay.
Because obviously last year I didn't take her anywhere, so she didn't have anything.
Oh my
So
god.
this year she's getting everything at once.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She was in a bubble and now she's
Yeah,
got zero
exactly.
immune.
Now she's in the real world.
Wow.
It's beautiful, Shifat. One thing that reminds me, because we're talking about, as you probably had heard, that we were saying that today we'll talk about, let's stop talking about each other, let's start talking to each other.
To each other, yeah. It's so important. Yeah.
This communication, like we know a few things about you already, what you shared with us. This communication, it makes you feel like, okay, you are part of something. You're part of someone's life or part of the community. So how often have you experienced this negativity when you see that people are busy talking about each other rather than talking to each other or having proper communication?
Oh, I've seen it everywhere, yeah, even at work. Us adults do it a lot more than children sometimes. But yeah, I see it in every aspect of life. Family, friends, work, politics, all of this.
I mean,
it's a bit of a vicious circle, isn't it? This talking not to each other but about each other kind of thing.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that? Because this is one thing. It was a very interesting thing. I read about this one as well. Like when you face or someone start talking about that, it's better not to even engage or listen to it. Say you're not saying anything, even not to listen, because you're taking in negative information and it's going inside.
And then sometimes you'll make a judgment using that negative information.
Yeah.
Which is quite bad.
And you start, building up that story in your mind as well about
others.
Probably not about
because
that
you get
person.
influenced.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You get influenced by that negativity.
True. And so we learn 4 words. I mean, everyone, it's beautiful. And also Shifat, proud mom. And we heard about this journaling. This is very interesting because I was sharing how I do my journaling. So my journaling is more about a thing I'm thinking about. Say, for example, today I was thinking about fear. How people say, I practice many things. When I'm scared about something, I try to face it. I think, okay, what's going to happen if this is the situation? Always I talk about like it's a controlled environment. Like, okay, I'm afraid of heights. I shouldn't be jumping out of a 12-story building, That won't work. Because after that, I won't know whether I really overcome my fear or not. But the thing is, always whenever you're scared or you fear, then I try to overcome that one. I face it. So I come home and end of the day, I write about that, what I did. Say, for example, this is my teacher, my swimming teacher here next to me. So whenever we are in the pool, there had been, now I'm swimming. But when I started out, it was quite a lot of things because my problem had been going underwater. Because I probably had watched too many Tarzans when I was young. So I always used to think, even in a swimming pool, there would be snakes and something.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That was something I always had in my head. So I started practicing, okay, that's my problem. Stay underwater. I got goggles and I went down as much as I could hold my breath and I would stay there. So these are the really things. These are the things I'll come back and start writing. So how I can apply this in other aspects of my life. So this is how I do my journal. Say one day is fear, one day is, okay, something is bothering me. What is that thing? I try to find the source. And then I say, okay, so how should I tackle it? And what should be my plan of action from this point onwards? So this is how I do. Like Esther does most of the time, what happened throughout the day, she writes it down like that. Okay, today we did this, we went out, we do Christmas tree, trimming, things like that. Yeah. Like Imam is doing, he writes down his interesting words or the new words or the big words that he learned. It's so nice. I mean, these ideas. And I've decided that we should share our journals. And I think, Shifat, you should start writing as well, at least one line a day.
I think so too. Yeah, you're right, Bhaiya. Because I used to as a teenager, and then up until uni I used to, and then I just stopped.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think life
obviously,
just got in the way.
yeah, life gets in the way. But if there's
Yeah.
these great diaries you can get, they're literally called one line a day, and that you even if
Oh,
it's just
nice.
one sentence, it doesn't have to be a whole story. Because, well, also I always look, what am I gonna do if I write 2 pages of what happened that day? But if it's just the highlights, it's always good. When did that happen again? Blah blah, and you just have it there, and it's nice to remember. And then sometimes we even pull them out and we just look back at what we've done, and it's quite fun actually.
So true. My dad always tells us to write things down. Now I can understand why.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah. Oh, bless.
She didn't hear that.
No?
I was copying her dad.
Oh, is that what it
I said,
Oh, what did you say?
I said
Shaky.
shaky.
Shaky. Eito.
Hey,
Oh,
too.
he's so cute. Oh, I still need to record his song for you. I will.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
first of all, we have to listen to him singing. And also, I mean, if you can join us someday, I mean, I know that you're not in his place. So one day,
Yeah,
if it
one
happens,
day, definitely.
that'd be really
I'll try
good.
and sing.
Yeah.
And we are very proud of Imam, by the way. And we'd like to know from him.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
So
And I'm very
probably
proud of you.
every week, every Sunday, whenever, at least leave the words or what new words that he had started using. So we'd like to know. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
Oh, definitely. I'll share it with you guys.
Okay, great.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being our first caller for today.
I know. I can't believe it again. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll listen to the rest of the show.
All
Alrighty,
Thank you,
have a good
Shifat.
evening.
You guys
We
too.
promise
Bye.
we won't be muted. Bye.
Bye. We won't be.
So we had quite a few viewers already. They're watching the show, and Shumon said, "Hello, nice haircut, Ershad Alamgir. Thank you." And Shumon, we were talking about you earlier. You should give us a call.
Yes.
And how you keeping up with your physical activity regime? I would say. So basically, you have sent us a picture of sunrise early in the morning, and you said you went out for swimming with your son. So you have already started taking actions towards or building your habits towards your physical activity. So whatever you're planning to do. So we'd like to hear from Shumon Dash Shanto.
And we're still waiting for a call also from Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's also going to call.
Simon was asking about today's topic. What is the topic of today's
I
live?
wrote it down here.
Yeah.
So hopefully he has seen that. If not, well, what is today's topic?
Okay, I said that let's stop talking about each other. Let's start talking to each other. So it's about not criticizing people behind their back, not always imagining things about people when they're not. And rather than thinking about putting people in their places, try to put yourself in their place, what they're going through.
Yeah.
So probably try to understand. So, because every time we are very quick to judge people that, okay, they were supposed to call me. Why didn't they call me? Because this. But probably just think about what could be their problems, what they're going through and things like that. So this
You
is...
practice that religiously, by the
I
way.
do.
No,
I
you're
try.
very good at that.
And-
Especially every now and then when I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it, blah, 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 blah. You're like, okay, well, he could be in a blah, and it's very true. And normally sort of dissipates within seconds.
Now, there's a good word for you, sympathetic response.
Yeah.
So the sympathetic response in the autonomous nervous system is that you feel excited and you have those judgments straight away. That's the first instinct.
Yeah.
You can never get hold of that,
Yeah.
but you can control your response.
Yeah,
So,
very true, yeah.
say for example, I have attention on something that, as I said, that I was expecting a phone call from someone. They were supposed to let me know about something, and they didn't do that. I'm like, okay, why didn't they do that? Then I couldn't stop it. But my response is thinking, okay, what could be the reason? Just try to put myself in their place and think what problems they could be facing. Probably it's too cold for them. Probably they're not feeling well. So I decided, okay, if not from them, probably it's my duty. I can try to get in touch with them. And whatever that is, why build up the negativity within
It's
you
true,
rather
yeah.
than take the positive step and be proactive. So that's the thing. And we were expecting a nice call from Babu Bablu, by the way. He's really a good contributor. I mean, I remember him from my radio days, and on the show I used to do Relax with Ershad, he would always be there and always have some very valuable input.
Nice.
So today's topic, as I said, and also about expectations. So your story, anything in life that expectation had taught you that not to expect, or it made you, end of the day, you got hurt? Because I think it happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it can be on a major scale or it can be on a small scale. You know, it can be when you expect that someone is going to respond a certain way, and you're working a lot to surprise them, and then you didn't get the reaction at all, or
yeah, like on a smaller way, I can say that if any time, because normally I don't get to go to East London that much, but every time I go there, she expects that I would bring balushai for her because that's her favorite sweet, and if I don't bring it, that's the bubbles burst.
No, it's not that bad. Plus, you always bring something nice.
I try to. When I see that, I remember that you like shingara, you like balushai, you like rosmalai, things like that.
I do, yeah.
So
no, you brought some lovely.
Whenever
things,
we go to East London, that's one of the things we stop by.
But you know that you get, when you do bring something home, you get always an explosive reaction, and I'm always very happy about it.
Expectation-wise, sorry, I just diverted the topic. So, how do you still have that, or you have taken control of the situation when you can be more in control of the expectation side of things rather than expecting? As I was saying, when you're expecting that someone would do something for you, they didn't do that, and you feel hurt.
It really depends what scenario we're thinking about. If it's like, work-wise or otherwise, where people have specific responsibilities and you have to expect certain things, otherwise, the jobs wouldn't get done. You know what I mean? So you've got people that work with you, but if it is a friend or someone who didn't call you, I used to be quite sort of knee-jerk, why is he not calling?
Can I interrupt you?
Sure.
When you mention work, because there is an agreement.
Yeah.
That expectation is not unexpected.
No.
You're expecting that person, and that person knows as well.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the expectation when the other person doesn't know.
Yeah.
You're expecting that from them.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it because they didn't know.
Yeah.
And then you got hurt.
Yeah, I see.
So it's more about that.
No, I get it. That's why I said there's different scenarios where expectations have a different approach or a different reaction.
Because in life, most of the time, we are expecting people. Say I'm expecting people who are joining to call. Everyone would call us. We'll have a great chat. We can do that. We'd love to just talk to everyone whom I can see now.
Yeah.
But it might not happen every time.
Yeah.
We are grateful that you are there.
Yeah, and they may not want to call, and that's okay too.
Yeah. Your presence is enough.
Yeah, it is.
Problem is that when you expect too much and you get hung up on that, then you stop enjoying the present.
Yeah.
The present moment is that we are doing the show, people are watching us, and they're listening to us. We're very grateful that you're finding it interesting.
Yeah.
And you have your inputs here and there, you're leaving your messages, your comments.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Yeah,
and because
absolutely.
we find this time every Sunday, out of our Sundays 2 hours, we decide to do that so we can get in touch and we can build this community around some depth. I always keep on mentioning this because we can build a community around many different interests. It can be based on different interest groups, but when there is some longevity you can achieve through if you have a group who are resilient, a group who are wiser in a sense how to deal with their problems and more mentally stable, and they have some positivity around them. That's what I call that a community around some depth.
Yeah.
So that's the idea of Knowing Who You Are, the podcast. You already see every Monday we have new episode that comes out, but on YouTube, and then you can listen to it on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. But then this Sunday live stream is to get engaged or have more interaction with the audience and the listeners. And also have your view as well and talk about the different topics that come up during those podcasts. We can share with you and get your inputs as well. And if you have anything that you want to add to that, if we had missed out anything, then we can add to that. And that's the idea of this live stream.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. I know you like it.
No, it's true. It's interesting because it reminded me of I applied for a competition once where it was you're supposed to submit like a script, and it's like short stories and stuff, right? And I thought it was really interesting as I asked one of the judges, like, well, what makes you decide on what is a winning story, or like what is a winning category? And he said, well, we like to really promote people that can explain how they feel, but more importantly, people that bring solutions, because you can write about the catastrophes of the world, but how about you write and you also give a solution to the catastrophe of the world? And that was sort of the thing that gave a positive note. And I remember thinking, it's very true, like this show, we can share all of the problems that we have, and we wouldn't probably feel any better. It's good to talk to someone when you don't feel good. But what I like about this particular show, which is why I'm saying I like it, I agree, this is true, is because when we talk about things, we also ask, how did you come through? How did you pull through? How did you use this? And in that way, this, even if we spent a whole Sunday afternoon and we just had 2 or 3 listeners, which never happened because we would have a lot more, but we always have so much nice positive input that comes in with people that have survived. And just to know that there's that many people that are doing so well and that pulled through situations, that survived painful situations, and they've come out the other end. It just goes to show that we're all really trying to do the same thing. We're trying to use the resources that we have, the people that we have around us, and find strength in those. And that's what knowing who you are is for me anyway. That's why I really
definitely. And then you don't end the show on a despondent note.
No, and we don't have trepidation about the situation. You know what I mean? Very good.
That's why the calls are not there. And in the meantime, we keep on talking incessantly.
Yes.
So, I really loved the idea that it was such a beautiful thing. And I'm so happy that how Shifat's son, Imam, had, his teacher had done this great thing. And he's following up on that. It's really good. And we have a message from Babu Babdu. Would you read that message?
Yes, I would love to call and share my views and thoughts, but I'm at a birthday party right now. Funny enough, I can see people just talking about each other. Do you think it's a cultural issue?
I don't think it's a cultural issue at all.
No, I don't think so. But thank you for your message.
It's amazing, and it's like a real life example that you've given, and which is happening live. And this is always, it's happening always. Some cultures are more prone to it than others, but I think more or less every race, every culture, they have the same kind of tendency, which is quite negative. And because we are humans, end of the day, no matter what culture you're from, what color you have, what race you belong to, we are, end of the day, all humans, and our brain, we have the same kind of brain, the operation is same. Depending on what language you speak, what culture you're from, what experiences you have, what inputs you have in your brain, the output would be a bit different here and there, but how things are processed and how things are generated is the same, because it's an organ.
This is true, but at the same time, it also depends who you have around you. Because if you have, not in like while everyone is physically the same, everyone doesn't necessarily respond the same way. So some people just like, you can see they like the gossiping. They love the latest gossip in the news. And I have seen that in France, Germany, England, America. With Asian people, I've seen it. I've been to a lot of countries in Europe, and it is a type of people that seem
Dutch, by the way.
No, no. Dutch, oh my God, no. Dutch people are perfect, and so are the Swiss. Swiss and Dutch are perfect, I just have to say.
Mom's not watching it, oh my God.
I'm half Swiss, half Dutch here, by the way.
I'm not sure how we can take advice from this lady.
No, the point is, I've definitely seen it in all races, but there is a type of people that just seem to really enjoy it, and they're probably also the same people that read certain newspapers that are just gossip,
Once you get into that habit, then you're given to this continuous negative loop. So you go to bed with that negativity, come out, so you wake up, your brain processed all the negative information about people, you're judging people, you're thinking about them. Well, to be honest with you, being on TV for many years now, it's nearly 2 decades. So how many times I've been criticized, and I know there are people who don't like me. What can I do?
They just have a crap opinion.
Whatever that is, but I really never mind about this one. People have bad things to say about me, but even though I would know the people as well, but it doesn't really matter. I don't feel a single bit of bitterness towards them or nothing.
Very good.
Because I thank them. Now, even I learn to thank them because it pushes me. Because sometimes, when people talk about you, criticize the best form of admiration sometimes. Because there's something they have found, at least they think that you're worthy of their conversation.
That's true. I guess so.
They bring you up, they talk about you. So there's something you're doing that is attracting their attention.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
But
so.
I have felt that when I hear that, okay, there's something that's been talked about me, I feel, okay, that's the area probably I need to work on. I'll check first. Straight away, I won't start working on it because people are always judging people. So I think, okay, am I right or wrong in doing that?
Yeah.
And I check with others. And if I know that there's nothing wrong in it, and there's a reason behind that, a very valid reason, why should I change it? But again, you can't really put yourself down or sometimes let all this negativity weigh you down and stop your progress. So whatever you're doing. And there are things we have to learn to say no to. That's Shumondas.
Aha.
So we have Shumondas on the line.
Hello.
Hello, Shanto.
Yes, how do you know it's Sumanda?
We have a database of all the callers that
Hello?
we have.
Oh, last time I didn't call from this number.
Oh, well, it says Shanto. So however you did it, it's coming up.
Oh, that means your database is very smart, Esther.
It's a good algorithm.
Smarter than I thought.
Okay, now you know. That's what we're talking about. Don't judge. First, see it in action, then you can have your information. So, Shanto, congratulations, first of all.
How are you doing?
Oh, fine. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't join last week. Today I was waiting. Finally, I came to meet you, and I saw your nice haircut, Ershad.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
He's getting ready for the Navy.
How are you guys?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Good to hear your voice.
And Shanto, we had seen your picture the other day. You had posted in your comment. That was from your morning walk, and also you had gone for swimming with your son. Are you following up on that? Are you carrying it on?
Yes, I've been today morning as well with my son for swimming.
Awesome.
Oh, amazing,
That's terrific.
amazing.
That's really good.
I used to work on weekends. I worked yesterday, but morning 10 o'clock fresh swimming with my son.
Awesome.
I'll carry it on.
Nice.
Very good.
That's
See?
awesome.
So, and what difference do you feel now? I mean, since that was one of the things you said that you want to do, but you didn't have the time. Now you're doing it. Congratulations once again. So, how are you feeling?
Well, the thing is that I put my alarm at 8 o'clock, then I wake up and I put again alarm at 9 o'clock. Then I wake up, I was thinking, shall I call my son for swimming or not? Shall I call yes or no? And then it was snoozed. Another 6 minutes later, I said, no, I have to go for swimming. So I called him and got ready and we've been the swimming.
Oh, good. Well, is the water warm, by the way, or is it cold water?
No, the water was warm.
Oh, good.
Swimming pool was warm.
Nice.
But outside is really cold.
I know.
But we made it, and he's enjoying, well, I'm enjoying, I'm feeling so fresh, and kind of motivation I'm getting that I have to carry on.
Good.
That's what, I mean, you know what? We don't get motivation on its own. We normally think that, oh, I'm not motivated. But once you do something good, then you get motivated. So you're doing it, and it's making you more motivated every time. So that's
great.
really a good thing.
It's really good.
And
if you remember, I told you last time that I like to meet my friends. So I'm at the moment with one of my very, very good old friend in his office. He's doing his office in the weekend. So I came here to chat and we're enjoying, me and my friend in his office. So I'm passing very good time.
Everything that you said you're missing out, you have started working on that. Congratulations. It's such a great step, and keep on doing it. Well done.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And say hello to your friend as well. Welcome to the show.
Yes. He said hello as well.
Okay, great.
Oh. So Shanto, now what's the next step? How do you feel? You already feel like, okay, physical activity is doable and you are going for your walk. Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The motivation when I'm doing it, I think of you guys. Yeah, that the kind of inspiration coming from your videos, your live stream. So I'm thinking you are working behind the scene. So it is helping me to carry forward.
That's
thank
really
you.
nice. That's so nice.
Shanto, there's one thing for your snooze thing. I have a solution for that because that's what I've been practicing. And I had to wake up very early in the morning, around 4:30 in the morning.
Every day.
And anytime now, I feel that, okay, the snooze, I feel like, pressing the snooze button on my alarm. I do a countdown, reverse countdown. So I do like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. I just push myself. Try do that.
No, he's very good at that. I'm not quite there yet, but he's definitely like doink out of the
Maybe I'll try that. Ershad.
No, I mean, you know what? Because that's a thing. It's a scientific thing. You process your brain, you push your brain, and it gets ready. It gets alert. So you give the motivation to your brain saying that, okay, count down. Do it slowly, like 5, 4. By the time you're waking up, you're like 3, 2, 1. Okay, up. And you just throw it and you get up. Once you get up, then it's done.
Wow. I gotta try that.
Yeah,
that is the hardest part, Ershad.
I know. Tell me about it. We all go through that.
Yeah.
But my distraction is this lady sometimes when I'm trying to get up, and she would just make some excuse because she doesn't want to get up. So she would just keep me as well. So that's one of the things. So yeah.
Come on, 5 more minutes.
Yeah. But
my next target is to take my missus and my little one with us for swimming.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Great.
That'd be terrific.
Trust me, you'd love that. We go out for swimming too, together.
Yeah.
So it's the best moment, and every time she doesn't go with me, I really miss it out because we have so much fun doing the activity together, and it's very important. Last week I was talking about between partners, couples, anchors of connection. The more things you do together, it's good.
Yeah.
It
But
helps.
you do what
I did the registration for my little one today.
Yeah.
So she got a new car. So we are planning for the next week if we can, all 4 can go together for swimming.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And it's a very, very healthy sport.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Please
do let us know.
Shumon, thank you. Shanto. I mean, I know him as Shanto. So Shanto, thanks a lot. So that was Shanto's achievement. We are so proud of you.
Yes. And have a wonderful evening with your friend.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. You enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Hope to meet you soon.
Sure,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Carry on. Good
Bye-bye.
luck.
Thank you. That was
Bye.
Shumon Dash. Shanto. And we had talked about, because he was struggling, he was saying that he wants to start or building the habit. He wants to do some physical activity. So what I told him that start little, just 5 minutes.
Good.
Or even 3 minutes, whatever you feel like. Just do something you want to do, stop it, then don't do it. But the thing is, once you start doing it, you get into the zone, you see that the time keeps on getting increased, like 5 minutes turns to 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, but you have to do it consistently, you have to show up. So he started doing swimming, now he's trying to get his family involved. So it becomes a family activity.
That's nice.
There'll be more reason to do that. And also, there's another thing he said, okay, the main problem at the moment is getting up early in the morning. Now, in winter, this is the worst. It's hard.
It is.
Yeah, because once you get out of bed, it's so cold and it's really hard. But as I was saying, reverse countdown helps. Try that. Anyone who's suffering from that, it's a scientific thing. You activate your brain like that, and you get alert, and you'll get up. I mean,
I will do it like this. 5, 4.
5, 4, and after that, on the 3.
It's true.
So she would go to sleep again. So that's not gonna happen. That's a snooze. Yeah. So Babu Bablu, he couldn't call us, but we'd like to get more input. What you can do, Babu Bablu? This is a situation. I don't know the environment there. Definitely, you are around people who are talking about other people. So a good thing is not to get engaged in that conversation, first of all, rule of thumb. Second one is try to avoid, or if you can divert the conversation, that would be really good, because even to listen to it, it's negative.
By the way, can you tell us who is the person who has a birthday today, so we can wish them a happy birthday from Knowing Who You Are?
Yeah, we can.
Let's see if we can change the subject of the whole room. Oh, he's saying, could you please give me the tips for going to the gym? Due to my work schedule, it's hard for me.
Okay, so let's talk about the work schedule. So you have 24 hours, first of all, in a day. And let's have a listen about your work schedule. Then we can work it out. Because Shumon had the same issue.
Yeah.
He has long shifts as well, but he starts sometime working from afternoon to late night. But then we figured out, if you're working afternoon, even if you're working 3 days in the afternoon, then get up early in the morning and take half an hour and then come back home and do your other things. That was one solution. And he's acting on it. And you heard from him that he's doing it actively and is getting his family involved as well. How amazing. So Bablu, if we know your schedule as well, but I think whatever the schedule is, it shouldn't be 24 hours.
Right.
You sleep for probably 8 hours.
Should be at least, yeah.
Yeah, normally 7.5.
Yeah.
8 they say, but 7.5 is the standard.
Yeah.
So 7.5 hours, say you're sleeping, or 8 hours, say for in your case, or 9 hours. Then you still have, if you work for 12-hour shift, you still have another 3 hours.
Yeah.
So how you would do that? Probably, okay, you want to go to the gym. One way is to get yourself accountable by getting other people involved in the plan. How? You don't buy membership for them necessarily, but say for example, in front of all these people, you make a commitment, like Shumon did, and he had to post a picture, and he had to start doing it. And once you start doing it, you don't care about that you have to show it to other people or you're accountable, because now you're addicted to it in a good way, and you want to do that. So your thing is that if you want to get other people involved, say you want to, it's your resolution, and on this show you can say that, okay guys, from today or from tomorrow I want to do, but let's take very small steps. Don't get your membership straight away. Do something outside the gym. Get yourself active a little bit. I know you always want to, because this is something we've been talking about even on my radio show. He would come and this is one problem he was talking about. And we can talk about this and find out what's stopping you. So we would like to know your schedule first, and we can start talking about that. Yeah, Bablu, definitely. So to start with,
I think one thing that will be really good as a real life example. So what happened actually when I first arrived here, like he's always been a gym fanatic. He was doing an hour and a half workout at home. This is during lockdown, and then at the gym for 1 to 2 hours. And it was just like, okay, well then I just don't see him 2 hours a day, and it became kind of sad because it's whole 2 hours where we don't see each other. And so I was like, okay, I'll come to the gym, and I couldn't. Like just the idea of going into a gym with lots of other people that are really fit and people like that. I mean, look at that. And so he just said, start with stretching and go for a walk, and I started doing that and a little bit of push-ups and here and there. And eventually I thought, well, I'll just come to the gym and I'll just do the exercise bicycle for half an hour or something. And then I did. And then gradually you start feeling fitter. So you have more reach to go. You want to go more because now you feel better, and you'll make time. Time will suddenly appear out of nowhere, and that's the one thing. But the thing is not to just do too steep a gradient, because if you just start in the right spot, it might just be going for a half an hour walk in the morning. If that's what it does, well, you'll feel better already.
I say even not half an hour, do 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's how you got me started. And obviously the swimming, and then we came to the point where we were biking to the pool, then swimming, then biking back, and that became like, it's a 2-hour routine, but
turning
we're both
into
working.
a total triathlon.
Yeah, but in addition to several hours of practice that you do, you have your degrees and all your stuff that you're studying for, your preparations for Royal Navy, and we still always get 7 hours sleep. Unless I wake you up in the middle of the night.
How?
I don't know.
That's the secret.
I talk a lot in my sleep, and I wake him up every now and then. I have knowing who you are going full on. Anyway.
I mean, that was interesting.
Yes. Apparently I talk a lot while I'm sleeping. So I get to sleep enough, but he doesn't.
No, but
anyway, correct gradient was the key thing, so that would be a good thing.
One thing is to take small steps, baby steps. One thing. Another is get yourself accountable to people you care about. Say, for example, if this is the community, or you tune into the show every Sunday, then come and let us know your progress or what you're doing or where you are.
Good. He's saying thanks for the tip. Feeling motivated.
Good. But the idea of motivation is, always, it doesn't come out of thin air. You have to do something first, then you get the motivation.
I think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
I think he's
so
going to do it.
So tomorrow, if you just take a 5 to 10 minutes walk in the morning, I don't know your shift, or even if you work early in the morning and come back in the evening, say from work at some point, if you're driving, then definitely you have to bring your car. You can leave it halfway. But if you're taking public transport, then probably get off the bus earlier, probably 3 stops earlier, and walk home. That's your start. Just walk probably 4 stops home, 3 stops home, or 2 stops home. So that's one way of starting it. And it's just about getting that started in your brain and getting it started, what it feels like. And there are times, to be honest with you, sometimes you have to win that resistance inside you. Every now and then you'd feel it. But like today, let me share this story. Because today suddenly, because I was practicing today all day in the morning, I was in my studio practicing, singing, learning new songs and doing other things. But then she said around, okay, what's your plan about, are you going to the gym today? And I said, okay, I'm still thinking because we have the show. She said, okay, I want to take a walk. If you go to the gym, I'll be walking around that place and then I'll catch up with you at the gym. And then we come home, we drive back home again. So I said, okay. But then I was thinking, shall I do it? Shall I not? And I was not feeling really, I have a bit of a headache I had. So I was really dallying. But still, and I kept on telling her, I'm not sure I should. Thank God she didn't really, you didn't give up and you didn't give up and you kept on pushing me.
Even
and
when
said,
we were in the car, because we were stuck in traffic. And
yeah,
like, no,
and even in the middle of the road,
we
we were stuck in the traffic and I was saying,
maybe we should
okay, let's turn around. And she said, no, just do it even for half an hour. So sometimes even the most active and even the people who are really into going to the gym or working out, they can feel like that. So
even when your muscles look like this, show.
No, I don't do that.
Do the muscle.
Yeah, it's just for hiding inside the t-shirt. Anyway, no, that's not about that. It's not about
team. And you do the same for me as well. Because sometimes like I just don't want to do
no,
this.
also working out is not about showing off.
Yeah.
It's about feeling good. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, I always know, and he always, whenever he comes out of the gym, he feels happy. He's happy with it. So I just say, remember how you feel when you're done? You know, and then you do the same to me.
That's
you do the same
too.
to me.
It's
Absolutely.
the blood flow.
Yeah.
From throughout your body and to your brain, and it opens up your mind, and anything that you're stuck thinking about or getting distressed or stressed about, it opens up and you can start thinking clearly again. So that's very important. Physical activity is very important.
Yeah.
And we used to take a lot of evening walks,
Yeah.
which is not happening these days because of our work schedules. It's not really working out.
Yeah.
But I do my gym and my swimming, but we get to swim together 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You've also been picking me up from work and then we walk back together. We've done that a number of times as well. So that's been nice.
So also, sometimes I pick you up from work as well. So So there are ways, you can find ways, and not every time. And also even you don't have to do 5 days of gym.
No.
Just do 3 days.
Yeah.
And start, as I was saying, before gym, try to get yourself active, taking smaller steps. And then once you're at the gym, start doing half an hour, 20 minutes, take it easy. But don't do it like some people I've seen in the gym. They go to the gym, they're on their phone, on a cycle, the leg is moving slowly, but this is more active. Like you're looking directly onto your phone and you're typing and doing other things. But you're on a cycle and you think end of an hour, oh my God, I was in the gym for an hour. But what did you do in the gym? That's the question.
Yeah.
So
Also, don't look at the news. Don't look at the news or read the news or anything else like that.
All the negative feedback.
Oh my God, yes.
So we still have the number there is 0044730819210. And I don't know what happened to Simon Ahmed from Dhaka. He was supposed to give us a call. He asked for the topic, but we didn't get to hear from him. But we already had a call from Shifat. We have seen Syra as well. Probably she left because she couldn't hear us and she thought that, what happened? Because Shifat thought it's some kind of delusion she's having, and she said, okay, I see the mouth moving but no sound coming, so what's happening? So Syra, we are talking, you can hear us.
I'm sure she went back on kids going to bed duty. That's normally because she always listens. She was the one who alerted the last time that the sound wasn't working. Remember? And
Opu Islam was here as well. He's part of BBPC, the poetry collective, and part of he last few weeks back, we had this performance together, reading our poetries. It was a festival. So he was there as well. Love to listen to your podcast, you both. That's really nice.
Yeah.
It was a very sweet comment. And any new comments so
No,
far?
not yet so far.
Okay.
No.
So we were talking about this important issue that most of the time we see that people talking about each other. So we were saying, rather than imagining things about people and judging them from your own point of view, rather than knowing where they're coming from or what's happening, why they're doing what they're doing, start communicating with those people and try to find out what's the true reason. And sometimes you'll find something that will make you sad. It's a very interesting story. I know about that. I remember this story. Many people had shared that. Wayne Dyer had shared that. Jay Shetty, he had shared that. It's a very interesting story. It's about two people. They're at the airport. They're waiting for their flight. It's a lady and a man sitting next to each other. And the lady left her biscuit there. It opened the pack, and she had taken one biscuit out of that pack, and she started chewing on it, and she was reading a newspaper. The guy next to the man who was sitting next to the woman, he had taken one biscuit out of that, and he started eating. The woman was thinking, oh my God, how rude. He literally dared to take a biscuit from my pack, not even asking me. And then he had it, he didn't even thank me. So the woman felt a little upset and a little exasperated, and she had taken another bite, reading a newspaper. The guy had taken another one.
Oh my God.
So you're thinking where this one is going, right?
Yeah.
So it kept on going, and then there's this last biscuit left. The guy was saying, you have it. And the woman is saying, what are you talking about? It's my pack and you're telling me to have the biscuit. Anyway, she didn't say, and she got a little angry. She left the biscuit and she walked away. Okay, now she's inside the flight. She's sitting, everyone. She's getting ready, putting her phone away, luggage up. So she's ready to fly. And she was taking something from her handbag, and she saw her biscuit is in there. So the biscuit she was having, it was the men's. So they had the same biscuit.
No.
So he left it there.
Oh,
so
no.
basically the lady started having biscuits from the men's pack,
no.
thinking that it's hers.
Oh.
So how beautiful is that? She started judging that man without knowing what she was doing, while she was in the wrong, and the guy was so generous, letting her have even the last biscuit he had.
Oh my God.
So that's the story. It's the moral of the story is that
Wow.
without knowing someone, don't judge anyone. You have to know their position. Sometimes you could be in the wrong in thinking, or
Yeah.
you should take the first step in putting it right.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
this is a lovely story and very.
Oh my goodness.
And Geeta Basmet
Hi,
is there.
Geeta.
We can see a lot of lips
Mwah,
and
mwah,
kisses
mwah.
and love, and love your way as well.
Yes.
Geeta, Netra,
Lovely family.
Sushi, everyone.
Yeah.
And
Wonderful.
What's I forgot.
Forgot his name too.
Yeah.
Well, you know who you are. We love you too.
Yeah, and Geeta, your son. We are talking about his
Geeta's son.
Geeta's son. Best wishes to him as well.
Yes, exactly.
So please let us know. I mean, I totally, it slipped my mind. So on that note, anyone.
Interesting story. I don't know if I could actually react that way. You'd have to really just step back and go,
Yeah.
what happened? Yeah, sure. You just got me thinking. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's amazing, and I could tell from your expression as well how amazing this, because the punchline. If people keep on thinking, where is it going?
You
What's
just
happening?
like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like if that happened to me, I would be so embarrassed.
You'd be like, okay, can I
I'd
go
be,
back
oh my
and
God,
say sorry
exactly.
to that person,
I would
right?
literally try to hunt that person down.
Yeah.
It actually happened to me once where I think it was like there was someone who'd bought something from my little art stall, and they had left something behind. They had left some money behind, and I was like, oh my God, they've left it here. This is crazy. And I left my stall behind and just went to find that person, and then I found that it was actually a tip. They just never told me. I thought they had left it behind and lost it. So I'm thinking I've had a real thing about that. Whenever I find something that belongs to someone, then I see if I can somehow get it back to that person. Because I always think if something got lost of mine, I hope that someone like me will find my stuff.
It was a funny thing that you bought an antique desk your work desk.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was really nice.
That was on that. You suddenly one day we were sitting and you found that in one of the, it was more like
it was
a
a split. It was actually not meant to be there. Like I sat low on the couch and I looked up. I have this antique secretary desk and there was a little card or an envelope there that we pulled out, and it was from 1983, and it was a letter to a church saying that I'm hereby authorizing to donate £1.35 every month to your charity. And it looked, this gentleman had received tickets to a ball of which he was an honorary member, and I was like, my God, this letter never got there. So I found out what the name of the church was, and then I actually posted it to the church, to the
it
vicar.
was in where's that place?
St. Mary, Bexley Heath.
Bexley Heath.
And so I wrote to the vicar with all the things saying, I'm sure this is not worth much to you, but it should have been to you because it was to you. So I'm sending it to you. You may not even be the same vicar, but I would like you to have it as a token, just so you can see that this gentleman wanted to contribute to your church, and even if he never did, I wanted you to know that his heart was in the right place. And he wrote me back. It was really nice, a really lovely letter.
The story is, if anyone missed out, so she bought an antique secretary desk. So in there, so where it meets, it's just how should I put it? Like a joint.
Yeah, it was a joint.
Yeah, so in a joint, there was a letter stuck, and she saw that envelope. She's
Yeah.
like, what's that? And I was going, I was like, oh my God, treasure. It's a lottery ticket, or probably a few £1,000s. So we took it out,
God.
and we found there is a guy who was making a commitment to a church in Bexley Heath,
Yeah.
and saying it was back in 1983. How
Yeah.
amazing is that?
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the country.
Right.
So you probably were.
Yeah, no, I wasn't in the country either.
Even you
No,
weren't here.
no.
So yeah, and he was
I
making.
was 6.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you would have been 7.
Oh yeah. Thanks for. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm the senior one. So, 1983. That was the time, and he made a commitment to make a monthly donation of £1.37 or
Yeah.
something, and he was invited to this ball because of his donation or because of his
Yeah.
respected member.
Yeah.
And
Super
this was
cute.
never posted to the church.
Yeah.
And in 2021, Esther posted it to the church.
Yeah.
And just a couple of days back, she received a detailed handwritten message
very-
from the vicar
from
of
the
that
vic-
church.
Yeah, really nice.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, and he told me about all the charitable actions that they're doing. And he said, in fact, he knew the gentleman, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Because he actually knew him from, 39 years ago or something like that. Amazing.
And I hope that gentleman is still alive. I mean, that'd be really nice if he's
Oh,
still.
wow. Look what Babu wrote. Last year, I got £1,200 inside a Louis Vuitton bag and I returned it to the owner. That is class. That's really good.
That's strong.
It feels.
You don't need to go to the gym. You're already very strong.
This is awesome. I mean, the other day also, I was on a park bench and I saw a phone, and on the front was a picture of a young girl with an elderly woman, and I thought, oh my God, which does the phone belong to, you know? And I'm thinking, I can't walk away, I can't take it with me, it's locked, so I couldn't call it. And 10 minutes later, this girl walks up and she's searching, she looks, and I recognized, I said, hey, are you looking for this? And she burst into tears. Because her whole life is on that phone. She was like 12, 13 years old. Who has a phone that's 12, 13 years old anyway, right?
No, nowadays you have phones. Like your nephew has a phone at the age of 7.
I know, but they have,
Who
the thing
gives
is,
video calls and messages to the whole group.
I know, but they're very good actually. They have screen time. So they're allowed for 1 hour a day. They can look at things. But yeah, he'll send video calls at 7 o'clock in the morning saying, I love you. Even within the house, to his mother and his 3 sisters, he'll send text messages at 7 in the morning, I love you.
Bob Wobbly said, I've got the picture. Well, it makes sense.
Oh.
A guy who is into Louis Vuitton and everything like that. So he's like 200
Yeah,
pounds.
okay.
So, you know.
That's cool. I have a Louis Vuitton bag, by the way. Little one.
And I'm saying people who are into that thing, they're like, okay, phones back.
Yeah.
No, but
Good for you.
That's how
That's
it should be
awesome.
done.
It should be awesome.
Great job. And I was just joking about it. And as I said, still go to the gym,
Yeah.
even though you're strong.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, on that note, we have Shifat. I think she rejoined, and Shifat just liked. And
Nice.
Geeta joined from London,
Yeah.
Geeta Basnet. And
Yeah.
if she's watching, Geeta, we love your TikTok videos, by
Yes,
the
we
way.
do love your TikTok.
She's quite a
videos.
TikTok celebrity.
Very good. And
Right?
and lovely pictures of you and your husband always. Super nice. Great example.
He says, really? He's another example of a fit person. He's very active.
Netra, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're from Nepal and amazing people.
Yeah, great people. Great cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, good food.
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, me too.
Gita, what are you going to do about that?
Yeah, what are you going to do, Gita?
So, okay, again, a bit of a recap for people if you have joined now. Knowing Who You Are, it's a podcast we've been doing for a while, and every Monday you have new videos come up where I interview people from different walks of life and from different expertise, specialization. Some of them are transformational coach, life coach. I have another interesting coach. I'm almost about to interview. It's going to happen very soon. He is at the moment in Belgium, and he is living in a coach.
Yeah.
Or in a van, not in a coach, in a van. He's
yeah.
living in a van.
Yeah.
He has a fireplace built inside the van and everything. So I'm hoping to have a chat with him very soon. So that'll be interesting. And he's a life coach as well. Then I had a fitness coach, calisthenics coach from Kuwait. And also he's a Bangladeshi guy, but who grew up in Kuwait from his very young age. So he's fluent in Arabic and English. So you can't tell that he's literally an interesting topic. So if I would ask everyone to watch that episode and all the other episodes as well, very interesting episodes that we have done so far. It's on Knowing Who You Are on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and that will be an inspiration for us. And what kind of content you'd like to see, let us know. And if we are missing out anything and anything we haven't touched upon so far, still there are fewer episodes, so definitely going forward there are a lot of other aspects that we'll be touching. So we have few interviews that from New Zealand and Australia, there's some scheduled as well, so they're coming soon. So in the meantime, you can always listen to them on the go. You can download them. It's Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Amazon Music. You can download and listen to them anytime you like. And in the meantime, we have this live stream every Sunday. Esther and me, she joins because Esther is a very active member of Knowing Who You Are. She had been the editor and the graphic designer for the podcast that we post every Monday. So yeah, so she is the technical side of things behind the scenes,
the artistic side of it. You're the technical side of
okay, technical and also production. So but that's the idea. The main idea is to, because what happened, how I thought about Knowing Who You Are back in 2020, especially COVID is one reason. And during that time, I felt that we go through a lot of problems on our own, in our own life. Experience something in my personal life as well. And sometimes you can get totally lost unless you find a solution for that, and you can go to the source of the problem and correct the problem. Normally, when we are in a problem, we start blaming others around us, and normally we don't see the problem and what's the problem we need to correct within ourselves. So we need to work ourselves, and that's how it all started. Every time I'm always working on myself. Whenever I see, okay, I thought about this, probably I shouldn't, this is not how I should think about this. What should be the positive way of dealing with the situation? So this is how I think. So that's how the idea of Knowing Who You Are came. Because when I used to do the Relax with Ershad, the radio show, many people, I was listening back. If you go to Knowing Who You Are on YouTube, you see a lot of episodes of Relax with Ershad as well. You can watch those shows. Very interesting shows, interesting conversation. I used to do them till midnight. So people from all around the world, they used to call and get engaged and have lovely conversations. So that reminded me how I used to love doing that show, and what responses, what stories I got to hear from people. And that's when I thought it's really effective in a sense. Let's build a community this time, and people who would be lifetime beneficiaries, and people who would be always involved with these things. And we have Douglas, by the way, who has joined. Douglas, it's nice to see you, and we would like to say hi to you. And if it's possible, you can get in touch. You can call us directly using your mobile number. You don't have to call WhatsApp because you're in London or in England. You can get in touch. So we are talking, as we are saying, it's a health podcast, and we are trying to build a community around some that help people with self-improvement and personal growth. This is the main aspect. And say anything, any discussion we have, like keeping a journal, and if it's helping a young boy of 8 learning new words and putting them in practice. That's a good thing.
Right. Yeah.
And if it's helping someone to use your journal as a spiritual windshield wiper,
Yeah.
so that's a good thing too. And
Yeah.
if it's helping to keep records of the things, good things in your life, and to go back to the positive things in your life, if you want to make this entry, and you can use the journal for that too, that's nice. So I've decided that in Knowing Who You Are, I'll start sharing the journals. We'll start sharing the journals, or at least what I wrote about today. Say yesterday I wrote about the idea of fear. There are many things when we are not comfortable, when we are feeling something's not right, something's not making me happy, and you're just suffering within yourself. Then you find out what's the problem. Then I suddenly fear there's fear of something that's bothering me. So what's the fear? I wanted to find that source, and I worked on it, and I found a solution, and I decided, okay, now I found the solution, I need to keep at it. So this is how your journaling can help. It can clear, it can make your thoughts clear in your mind.
And it's nice to do it at the end of the night also, because very often I personally, I don't know if that's for everyone, but it's like the last thoughts that are running through your head is the ones that you will take with you to sleep. And if you go to sleep with a mindfulness and a positive point of view and a sort of recounting the good things that happen, then you're not likely to have nightmares at night. It's like when I think probably the worst things I've done before going to sleep is either having an argument with someone and not resolving it, or watching a really terrible movie that scared the hell out of me, or watching my phone and going through the news just before going to bed, or being in the middle of like a work stress where you're trying to solve a problem. Like all of these things are just, you're basically what you're doing, you're just left hanging, and then probably just like subconsciously the whole night you keep trying to solve that problem, and you wake up the next morning utterly exhausted. So I like what we've
You are
been
losing
doing.
on all fronts.
Yeah.
You are losing your sleep.
Yeah.
You are not resolving a matter. And
No,
with
not
the
at all.
person or whoever the person is,
Yeah.
The reason behind that worry in your mind, you are not being in good communication with them as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean
everything's missing.
that only stems from the fact if it bothers you, then obviously you love that person, and if there's something not resolved, then it's not nice to leave that hanging ever. But I thought it was very interesting because we became very mindful of this particular point before going to sleep. We might listen to some music, or we might be writing or reading. But ever since that time, I just, then there's obviously the usual things where you don't eat just before going to bed, and the physical things, but in your mind, your mind needs to be at peace before you can actually have a peaceful
No,
sleep.
that's because everything we think about throughout the day, you don't think about it only once.
No, it keeps going.
It keeps coming
Yeah,
back.
that's right.
So if you're thinking about a negative thing, that will at some point in turns, it will come back.
Yeah.
So what happens that it's a negative loop. And also if you're going to bed with a negative thought or about a worry or
Yeah.
thinking about someone or being a little upset about something or someone,
Yeah.
you go to bed